Does it say we're live yet? Going live?
It
You're
says live.
live.
Yep.
Yay. Hello, everybody. I'm just pulling up Diana's picture so I can see her. So, hey, Diana, how are you? Uh-oh, now we're frozen.
Hi.
Let's see. Oh, there you are. We were frozen for a second there. Maybe you weren't frozen. I don't know. I'm trying to look. Hello, Amy Lou is here, and Laura and Stephanie. Thanks, guys. I think they saw us live before we knew we were live.
Sorry, I closed YouTube because I was getting you talking at 2 different times. I was like,
oh yeah, I always have to turn down the volume on one.
gotcha.
I mute my my iPad. So Diana and friends in the chat, just so you know, if I'm looking straight down, I have her questions, and if I'm looking over to the side, that is your live chat. So if you have questions for me or for Diana, please put them in all caps so I don't miss any, but you're welcome to talk to each other in the chat box. Have a good time. And I think that's it. Tell us how your classes went this morning in the chat box. And Diana, you want to tell us about your classes this morning?
Sure. So this morning I teach from 6 to 9 if I'm lucky. Usually I get about 5 out of 6 classes, but I had all 6 fill and they've been filling more recently. And I'm glad.
Yeah.
More money, right?
Right.
My first class is kind of a new student. Her name was Camilla. She is so easy. She's one of those fast finishers. So today I tried to think of games, questions, unique ways to ask questions so that she gets familiar with slightly different sentence structures and can respond and correctly answer questions. Excuse me. Even if it's not asked like, do you see, but a little different, like, what do you do in spring? In spring, So anyway, that one went well. And then I'll just end with my last one is a regular. His name is Zai Zai. And I have him Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And at first, I didn't always like him because he has behavior problems, or he did. And I switched to short notice bookings for 1 month just to try it out. And he was one of the 2 students that followed me, and his mom was like begging me, please teach him. And I don't know, something happened with that transition. Like I felt like I really appreciated him and them, and he doesn't really have behavior problems anymore. I don't know what it is. Like we get along really well, and I know like his class means a lot to me, and every time we get on there, he's always like, I'm so happy to see you, and I'm just like, oh, me too.
He grew up a little bit.
yeah, I think. And too, like when he did have behavior problems, I told his mom. Like I was like, we're having problems. And she was really good about taking care of them. And one time, I don't even remember what he did, but I mean, I was like, he didn't behave well at all. In the next class, he opened up and the first thing he said was, I'm sorry, teacher. And I was like, okay, not again, but okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, actually in last class, he sort of fell asleep at the end. And so today, his first thing that he said was, I not fall asleep or not asleep or something. And I was like, it's okay. You were so tired.
Aw. Anyway. And a lot of them just started going back to school. So I think they're having trouble transitioning back into a routine. So,
oh, definitely.
Wow. Do I look as sleepy as I feel? Right. I mean, I don't feel sleepy, but as I'm looking in the mirror, my eyes are so swollen from allergies. You can't even tell I have mascara on today. I'm like,
oh no, I think you look pretty like fresh, like in a good way. You know, like awake.
So I look at myself, I'm like, oh, I apologize. Oh, hey, Kelly. Kelly's here. She said her classes were great. Oh, thanks, Laura.
Oh, awesome.
Amy Lou said, I had a mom pretend she couldn't hear. I know she could. She proceeded to teach the entire class.
Oh, one of those.
Oh, he pulled his pants down in class once. 3rd time teaching. Always something with him.
Oh my gosh.
Before we started, I was just telling Diana I had to put a ticket in for a little one taking her clothes off today. I was like, no. But I've had her 90 classes now, I think. And I've only been with VIPKid for 278 days. So
wow.
She's only had 3 other classes with other teachers when I go on vacation or something. Yeah.
She's
so I've had it forever, and this is the first time, you know.
She's getting real personal.
Right. So I was like, I used Marianne's. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Okay, Diana, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. So I'm married. I'm married to a dental student. I know Angela Silva's husband just graduated dental school, and actually Jennifer Anderson's husband did too. So I didn't even know about that until I started learning about them. So it's kind of fun. Like dental school, it's hard. You have hobbies like VIPKid or work and hobbies. I'm also a mom. I have a little son named Zachary, who will be 3 in August, and he's been fun, but we've been learning a lot about discipline too.
I always say 3s are harder than 2s.
Yeah, I've talked to some parents that are like, yeah, 3s, you think 2's hard? 3, they can talk. Like
they call it terrible 2s, but whoo, my cousin started saying her son was a 3-nager. He was trying to act like a teenager.
Oh goodness. Yeah, so that's kind of me in a nutshell. Wife, mom, teacher. I enjoy running. I'm a big runner. Like that's how I get to meet people. They're like, "Hi, I see you out there," and I'm like, "Yeah, hi, neighbor." So that's kind of my social thing, I guess.
So, have you ran marathons?
I have actually not run a marathon, but I've done 1/2, and the way I look at it, I kind of run like a marathon a week. Like I do a lot of miles. I just break them up, and so I don't think it will be too difficult. One day so my parents live in Nashville, Tennessee, and I want to do the Nashville Music City Marathon. So my dad's just like, whatever you're ready, because he likes to run too. Let's go. And so I'm like, okay, I can't put my son in the stroller for like 3 hours. I can do like 30 minutes, maybe an hour, but that's why I'm waiting, because he's been so good for me. Like I just don't want to push it. So but I'm excited to know, but it's definitely in the goals.
Oh yeah.
Way to go. That is awesome. I love hearing about that. Is great. So are you a runner too?
2 halves and 2 fulls.
Girl. Yeah. That's awesome. I am so impressed.
Thanks. I know people don't look at me and think running, but I haven't ran in a while. I ended up having 2 knee surgeries. So actually I need 2. I've only done 1. So I blew out both knees.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
I tore my meniscus both at the same time.
What? Oh goodness. I'm so sorry. That's hard.
So, well, so I can't run much anymore, but I walk, and that's how I met all my new neighbors. So I'm like, hi.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, I know so many people are out. I mean, the coronavirus, of course, it's awful, but I've seen so many people outside, and I'm so grateful it's here in the spring, at least.
Yeah.
When we can go outside.
And I've gotten to see a lot more neighbors that are usually at work that I didn't get to see. So I got to meet a lot of people. So
Yeah, same here.
So Diana, what was your why for starting with VIPKid?
My son.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. So I was a public school teacher before, just for 2 years. But when he was born, I wanted to go be at home with him. Like, and when you see that cute little baby, if you're able to do that and you learn about, the opportunities, like, so I wanted to be home with him. Like, that's why. And I looked at a few different things, transcribing, like surveys and stuff, but it just like, I like teaching. So it was like, I think I can do that.
So when you saw
mainly just concerned about sleep. No, that's
sorry,
all.
It keeps cutting out. I'm sorry, guys.
You're good.
What did you say about your concern was? Was it sleep?
That my son would wake up. That he would wake up. He wouldn't sleep. But I remember, and I mentioned this on Instagram in the post about Nancy Taylor. She basically convinced me, because I was like, hey, what do I do? Like, I want to do this, but what if he wakes up? And she had some great ideas. A timer. Like, you put up a timer if you actually have to leave class, because I think like a lot of videos go over like, you prevent it by whatever you do. But what if it actually happens? What if the kid wakes up in the middle of class? Like, hello, address that. And she said, if you have to get up, put up a timer, set it, like try to not take more than like 3 minutes. And then when you come back, show them the time and then add it to the end. And while I never used a timer, I would go like this and I would explain in the feedback, hi, I'm so sorry I had to leave to go check on my son.
Right.
I gave you your full 25 minutes. And I felt like that was okay. And most of the moms were like, oh, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
They get up half the time to go to the bathroom with their kid anyway.
Babies.
Yeah, or they want to see him, and it's like, probably not that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Aww,
So that convinced me, and I joined VIPKid.
Yay. So did you think it was a scam at first, or were you like, oh, I'm going to try this? I mean, what?
I didn't think it was a scam. I know a lot of people do, but I thought it seemed pretty real. Like,
Yeah,
I was willing to go for it.
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
already had friends doing it. So for me, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, well, I did. Oh, yeah. And I heard someone, we were looking at apartments, and we met someone, a husband whose wife did it. I mean, he showed us like the living room and everything. And I was like, cool. And he's like, yeah, she makes money. Like, cool. That's what we want.
Nice. Let's see. So how long have you been with VIPKid, and what does your schedule look like?
So I've been with VIPKid since February 2018, so a little over 2 years, but really coming up in June, that was the first time I got a paycheck. So like 2 years of paychecks, each month. So, but February 2018, so about 2 years. And then my schedule each day right now is Monday through Saturday, 6 to 9. And that's Eastern time. So I can handle that. I've tried doing I did 6 to 10 when it was open, that extra hour, but we can't do that anymore. But 6 to 9 is good. And my son, I can still get enough sleep.
Yeah.
And I put him to bed very late. Yeah.
Yeah. We're the same time, but I'm central. So mine is 5 to 8, except on Friday and Saturday, I start at 4:30 because I have 2 regulars.
So, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
You love them. 7. You're like, I'll get up for you.
Yeah. So one I used to dread, I'm not going to lie, but I couldn't say no. And he's starting to grow up a lot more.
That's good. They get older. Yeah, it's nice.
I think I'm missing stuff in the chat. Oh, I see sourdough is way up top. I'm like, why does this chat box look a little different? Okay. Have you tried making a sourdough bread they're talking about in the chat? It's like a...
Oh, have I made sourdough bread?
Yeah, it's like
I
want to say a friendship thing, but...
Oh, no. That sounds really good.
You don't need yeast because we're all out of yeast right now at the stores. So I know there's like a recipe of a starter, and then you share it with others. Am I saying that right,
Amy? That sounds cool.
She'll have to let me know. But I think Evelyn was doing it and Cindy Bennett were doing it. So I think so.
Ooh, no, that's cool. Yeah, yeast, anything non-yeast is great.
Yeah. So have you referred anyone?
I have referred one person to this point. I have probably like 20 in the waiting in my, portal or whatever. But I have one, and it's really, she's special. She's one of my, actually became a good friend. So she moved to where I'm at, and I just mentioned that I taught for VIPKid, and she's like, yeah, I got an email. I started, how does it work?
Yeah.
And I thought she already had a referring teacher because it sounded like she was already in the process. But I saw her actually, so at church, teach a group of kids, and I was like, wow, she is an awesome teacher. And I told her, you need to do VIPKid. And so I said, come over to my house. I'm going to show you some of my recordings and tell me if you want to do this. And she did. And she ended up not having a referring teacher. And so basically she just come over to my house each step. And she even used my classroom to do her mock.
That's great.
So anyway, Amber, it was really a special experience. And I got a lot of experience myself going back through it with her. And she's awesome. She's taught a lot since then. And she still asks me questions that I'm like, yay, I'm so glad you're willing to ask me, because I would love to help.
Yeah. So, that's great.
Yeah.
Hey,
so just
Amber.
one somewhere in the making.
Yeah. So who was your referring teacher? I know.
So mine was Nancy Taylor. She probably guessed from what I said before. I watched her demo video and I used it to do the express interview. It isn't even a thing anymore, I don't think. but I used that, and I mean, I would like
Right.
watch it, pause it, practice, like, and that helped me pass. And there was one other girl's video. I don't even see her on the internet, but she talked about what you need to use for your interview or something, and I considered
Huh.
using her, but then I like, Nancy Taylor like really gave me what I needed to pass. So I felt like she should get the money or whatever. Like, until I didn't understand the referral program exactly. And I was kind of like, she's really popular. If she's my referring teacher, they'll definitely hire me. Like, I didn't quite understand it well, but but yeah, and I'm glad
I think it's my
I've
internet today, and
continued
I'm
to
plugged in
follow
with
Nancy Taylor. What's that?
Oh, good.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
it's a little
Is it?
choppy, but
I'm plugged in with an Ethernet cord, but a thing came on my screen saying unstable connection, and I've never had that before. The weather is perfect. I don't know.
I know it's good here. Am I choppy? I don't know.
It must be on my end. Let us know in the chat if it's okay for you guys still. Oh, hey Evelyn. Thanks for coming. So let's see. What do you do to help tough or distracted kiddos or early finishers?
Early finishers conversation. Conversation. I really like to get them talking, figure out what they're interested in and ask them about that, or think of questions at their level to get them talking about whatever it is that we're discussing. So for me, it's conversation. And the second thing is games. I have this one student, she's just, I think she's 6. She's a level 3. Her mom, I think, just put her through super fast. She took so many classes every week.
Oh, wow.
She speaks amazing English, but she will start to misbehave because I think she gets bored. And so for her, I'll do games. Like, she plays teacher. She's the teacher and she corrects me, and she loves that. Loves it. And it definitely gets her to behave. So play the teacher. The kids that get distracted or just goofy, I have one that does that every single class, and he's older. I go with it. Like, if as long as he can say the sentence correctly, but he can fill in funny words. Pig, they like to say pig. Like, I don't know, or he does. And other things like, I like to go to the bathroom, which I actually teach in a bathroom, but I'm not going to tell him that.
Yes, you have to tell us about that.
Okay, so we live in a townhome, and really I never know when my husband's gonna wake up. So the only room where it's like really quiet and private is our bathroom, half bathroom downstairs. So like, I actually, you would laugh if you saw how I have.
I've already seen your video, so
like, I'm actually sitting on the toilet right now. And like, it's perfect. I'm going to tell you, we're actually moving soon, and I'm going to miss it because it's so convenient. Like, if I have to go in between class, close the camera, take care of it. I have a sink. I can do my makeup. It is like the best place. There's even a closet in here. So what do you put in your wardrobe? I just open, the wardrobe closet and show them. It's great. So anyway, that's how I kind of go with the distracted kids, because obviously they need a break because they're showing you by their misbehavior that they're bored, and so kind of let them do some fun things and then kind of veer it back.
Yeah.
Or do something unexpected.
So if you want to see a bathroom
shark.
If you want to see a bathroom tour from Diana, head to her YouTube channel. She's got a video about it. I don't remember the name of the video though. Was it classroom tour?
It's called bathroom tour, I think.
Yeah.
Bathroom, classroom tour. I tried to find the most searchable terms, which, bathroom is not searchable. No one posts it, but classroom is.
But that catches our eye when we're looking for classroom tours and you see bathroom, you're like, and I just assumed it was about teaching from a hotel in the bathroom.
Oh, no.
So I clicked on it to see how your setup was, and I was like, wow, that's great.
Actually, I have to admit, like, I was nervous about it, and I actually emailed Nancy Taylor. I was like, do you think that's professional? Like, what should I do? And she's like, girl, you go for it. I teach from the bathroom on vacation.
She does.
People have no excuses. You can teach from anywhere. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm doing it.
I think I even wrote that on a comment, like, if your excuse is you have nowhere to teach from, check it out.
You did. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you.
Diana is good. Casey is a little choppy. Oh no, sorry guys.
I can see you pretty good right now. I don't know.
Evelyn said, love your shark.
Thank you. I this is my favorite prop. Like, I just love it. And it's not even mine, it's my son's. You can get him to talk, I speak English, or bite things, which they are like, fun. Yeah, anyway, good distraction.
I could have used that today. I did the snake, shake, and bite this morning for the USA in level 1 unit.
Oh, I love that one. That's like my favorite.
Sorry. What is your teaching style?
So I recently took a little test. Apparently I'm a facilitator, which is a little tricky online because I'm more into independent study. So I'm figuring out ways for the student to show me what they know rather than me lecturing or giving, a lecture. So let me explain a little bit too. In public school, I was a history teacher for the second year, and I think a lot of students were surprised by my style because I was not a lecturer, and most history teachers, it seems like, are the lecture type just to the nature of the subject. It's a lot of facts. This is the information you need to know. And I was more like, let's walk around the classroom and identify like the reasons why Rome fell from this picture, and they're like, we're getting up and moving in history class. So I wanted them to learn. It was more like an independent study thing. So with teaching online, I'm trying to figure out ways, hints to give them, to help them figure out what it is by themselves without me actually saying it. I feel like when students make that connection and it's not you telling them like, this is green, but they're like, oh, it's green. It's their knowledge. It's theirs. Like they get to keep it because they made that little connection, and it's not like someone just told them. Like they're just, it's more like ownership, and it hopefully sticks. I think it sticks more.
Yeah.
So facilitator.
Do you remember some of the styles? There was facilitator and...
I think there was honestly, I don't remember the other. There was one that was more the lecturer, like that just speaks directly.
That's not me. I'll have to look.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have looked there. I think they were like 4. I don't even know. I don't even remember. I was just like, oh, cool. I know what that means.
Right. Oh, hey, Tara. Thanks for coming. Teacher Kelly said, oh, you would be a fun history teacher.
Oh, thanks. I wondered what the other teachers thought of me because I let a student teach once.
Yeah.
He was so good. He loved World War I, and I bet he always remembers that he got to teach history class. And we also did a simulation where we turned all the desks over and we did trenches. We did trench warfare in class. Freshmen, they loved it. Like paper balls. Yeah. I was like, oh, great. They're going to think I don't have enough discipline, but those kids, I'm sure will never forget it. Like, it was pretty fun.
I love it. Love it. What suggestions, I'm kind of going back. What suggestions do you have for the interview process? We're kind of jumping around. My questions were not in order today.
No, you're totally fine. For the interview process for me, so I didn't practice enough for my first mock. So I did like the hour one or whatever it is where you do the lower levels and the higher levels. And I practiced a lot for the lower and not so much at all for the higher. I just wasn't sure how to teach it. And so I didn't pass the first time, but I used everything that the mock mentor told me to work on. I practiced it a lot over and over. And I basically worked on the lesson until I felt like I could just give it without even looking at notes or anything. Yeah. So I went in my second mock and just like, I thought I killed it. I did a really good job. And like the teacher was smiling. The mock mentor, she was very nice. Like she was a well-behaved student, but it was like, I did know what I was doing. So it was really nice because I was like, yeah, this was good. And so for anyone, I don't think if you pass your first time, great. I'm sure you probably, that person probably practiced a lot. or maybe even new. Because yeah, I think you said in yours you passed your first time, but you were a kindergarten teacher for a while. I mean, I think you probably were just like, oh, got this. Like,
I was more nervous for the mock.
Practice. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd say practice. My tip is just practice, like really practice, like not just fiddle around, you know, but like be prepared, and you'll do great.
Yeah. I think being kindergarten, I'm everywhere, like trying to show with my body and stuff. So it kind of came natural. A lot of it, like for ball, I had to show them ball or, you know, whatever vocabulary. So for me, it was kind of natural. But
that's awesome. That's good. Go for you. Like,
I lucked out. And my mock mentor was great. She was only a little naughty and I had to tell her, but we had kindergarten in common. So at the beginning, she made me feel really relaxed and ready to go. So
that's awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Let's see. Why do you go by Teacher Diana and not Diana Hernandez?
Oh, I would love to go by Diana Hernandez. I wanted to. So when I typed in YouTube and like on the internet in general, there is a Colombian actress who is very popular with the name Diana Hernandez. So I feel like if I tried to use that name, I would never be found. Like I would totally be outranked by all these other Latin Diana Hernandez, you know, Colombian actress. So that's why I chose Diana or Teacher Diana, because I think there's only like 2 other on YouTube and they don't have very many videos yet. So I am more visible with that name. So otherwise I would totally choose it. So I want my name to pop up. So when you put in Teacher Diana, I want me to pop up, not Diana Hernandez, Colombian actress.
Probably a good idea.
It's more searchable.
Let's see. Stephanie said that she's got the same style of teaching as you.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Kelly said she thought history was boring until she was an adult. History for me is just so hard to remember. I'm interested in it, but I can never like remember it later on, like the dates and things. I'm not good because I was in Europe. I've been to so many historical things like Dachau and, you know, like all these castles and Anne Frank's house and all these amazing places, but I cannot put dates and things together at all.
I'm so jealous.
Jealous. Yes, I was very fortunate. We were there for 10 years. Let's see.
Wow.
What a fun teacher. I want to play trench warfare with paper balls. Evelyn said, I had a fun science teacher like that. I did too, Evelyn. That's why I love science.
Oh, yeah, I had one of my friends. Science is real fun too.
Diana, is your husband Hispanic?
Oh my gosh. No, not really. Okay, this is where it comes from. I know everyone that sees our name before they like see us in person is like, who are you? Who are you guys again? Like, because it's Edward, but he goes by Eddie. So Eddie and Diana Hernandez, no. So, well, he's half Mexican. So where it comes from is my father-in-law. His family came from Mexico several generations back. So my father-in-law grew up in California. So my husband now, he's very fair-skinned, and actually he looks more like his mom, who is fair-skinned, has red hair and blue eyes. And our son, which you probably saw on the little thumbnail,
so cute.
Zachary Hernandez, looks just like his grandma, my husband's mom. Aww. So the dark, nice olive skin, dark hair, dark eyes didn't trickle through his genes. But so sorry, the answer is yes, but my appearance, not really. Like when I first, before I knew who my husband was and I heard his name, and I was like, what? That can't be his name. No. Like, yeah. So I'll have to put a picture of him sometime on Facebook.
Evelyn said she loves your map and alphabet. Evelyn, did you see she teaches from her bathroom? It's so awesome. So Diana, do you have the chat up?
I don't have the chat up. Should I put it up?
No, I was just going to say, I wonder if I log out of my YouTube, if it'll be better for everybody. But then I won't see the chat at all. That might drive me crazy.
I can try putting it up if you want.
Oh, that's up to you. See. I was just thinking if I log out so it's not so choppy for them.
Oh, that's an idea. You want to try it? I don't know.
I'm like trying to shut things off over here. I've never had this problem with my internet. I don't know why. Okay, I'll keep going with the questions. How much money have you made with VIPKid?
So
Guys,
I
these
am
are
glad.
tell them first. So these are questions she sent me. So I'm not getting too
Oh, no.
personal. It's okay to ask.
Right. So the reason why I put that on there is because I feel like people hear all these big numbers and it can be really intimidating sometimes. Like, oh my gosh, like, you know, like I think we would all like to make six figures, but let's look at our growth. So like for me, you know, like year one, it was about $5,000. So I didn't even work the whole year and it was like 3 days a week. But I was excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I was at home and I made money. Like
Yeah.
year two, last year it was almost 12,000, which too, I know I could have earned more, you know, if I add more hours. I know it's possible to do that, but I was super excited. Like I doubled my income from year one. I got experience. I felt more comfortable. And, you know, this year I hope it's more like 20,000, which is not where I want to be yet, but I'm like, wow, that's a lot of growth like each year,
Yeah.
you know, so I share those numbers too. Maybe it will make some of you feel really good about yourself. Or, you know, it will just say, hey, you know, like there's growth there. Like you get more money each year and you figure it out. And so that's why I wanted to share that, because I wanted to be like, you know, I was super happy with that. And I'm like, this is a great, like, for some people, it's, you know, their main job and they do a lot more hours, but it can also be a really good side hustle. Like you can make money. Like, so yeah, that's why I wanted to share that. So yeah, I did volunteer to give that because I want people to
love
know
that you
like,
shared it.
So like feel good about yourself. Like you can make money.
Oh wow, Evelyn, congratulations. She said in 2019 she made 30,000. Great work.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Good job.
Hey, Brooke, it's
I
good
hope
to see you. Let's see. Brooke said, hey, ladies, good to see you. I'm a part-timer and was excited to make $1,000 a month from home. I've averaged 2,000 since starting,
nice.
except last month was 19 something. So,
that's awesome.
yeah.
How many hours do you work? I'm interested, like, because 2,000 is a goal of mine, but I want to know how many hours you have to do.
So my goal was $2,200 a month, because my second month in VIPKid, that's what I made. I made 25, I think.
That's awesome.
Oh, Evelyn, it's okay still. She said 23,000. So I know that if I teach about 50 classes a week, then that is about $2,000.
Gotcha. Okay, so you go by the classes. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I just keep in mind that I try to open about 55 slots and teach that many.
Yeah, that's smart, because I feel like at least I open about 30 or 36, and I hope 30 will fill. Right? You know, give yourself cancellation. Sorry, my foot is asleep. I'm on the toilet and a blanket.
How do you do it with the classes?
I sit on the lid, and I fortunately got a toilet cover with some cushion, so now my bum isn't sore all the time.
Diana, you're so much fun.
So I have to tell you, I didn't tell the maintenance man, but our toilet had some problems, and I wondered if it wasn't because I was bouncing around on it for 3 hours. But I wasn't like, hey, that was totally me. You know, I sit on it every morning.
Yes. Don't mess with my classroom. What is the guy going to say when he goes in there and sees the map and everything?
I know. He didn't say anything, but I was like, yeah, I don't know why we're having problems.
Welcome to my classroom.
I don't know.
Kelly said 2019 was her first full year teaching. Her tax person was surprised how much she made this year. Awesome. Amy Lou said 200 a month. And Kelly said I started in August 2018, so it wasn't even a half a year. And Amy said she loves your humor. I know. Me too, Amy.
Thank you. I'm glad. I'm like, I mean, you gotta have a funny teacher that's teaching in the bathroom, but.
So I like this question. How did you pay to set up your classroom?
Okay, so I was thinking, I think originally for the interview, I just got dollar store stuff. So like this right here, this was a set of the ABCs from the dollar store. My first Whiteboard was from the dollar store, so like $2. And then I seriously went to Goodwill and got an orange t-shirt for like $3. I mean, probably the most expensive thing. Well, the laptop. I did end up getting a laptop that ended up being kind of expensive. And I think these might have been actually 7, 10, 15. So the laptop was the most expensive, but I think I was just using my husband's for a little while. Actually, yeah, for my interview, I used his. And then I invested in one. So the most expensive thing was the laptop. But if you already have a laptop, take that out. You can probably do it for like $30, $50. Like you do not have to spend a lot. And all the props, they're my son's toys, free.
Yeah. Usually. Or find a kindergarten teacher. I was like pulling stuff out left and right from my boxes. I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't know I had so much.
Yeah. So I think, really cheap. I do suggest though, I mean, the dollar store whiteboard is great for the interview, but I did purchase this one. It's a little more expensive from Target, and I hadn't had problems with stuff like the marker staying. So I think if you invest in anything, get a nicer whiteboard because you will use it all the time.
Yeah. I have a bunch. They're like $2, $1.98, I think, from Walmart. They're magnetic, and
that's
it comes with one marker, one black marker.
Oh, let's look at Walmart.
That's magnetic, and I have like 10 of them now. But I haven't had any trouble erasing those cost? Them. What's that?
That's great. Sorry, how much?
The magnets didn't come with it, but the whiteboards are less than $2, and I haven't had any trouble erasing them. And I've had them all.
That's it. Buy those.
But I'm telling you, I have like 10 of them because they're all set up for different things.
Oh, that's so cute. Yep, that. Oh, I love it. I love teaching those. It's so fun. You can do so much with it.
So those are I love my little cheap whiteboards from Walmart.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're the person to answer that question.
What's that?
How much to pay to set up your classroom?
Oh, that I don't know. My stuff now, like my fun teacher name is from teacher Evelyn. She sent it to me.
Oh, that's so cute.
Like all of the paintings are from Evelyn's store. She paints them and sells them. My map is from the Nancy Taylor shop. My animals are everywhere. I didn't even fix them before this live, so just ignore them. Oh, these are from Evelyn too. She takes
those are so cute.
Wrapping paper. You cut them out and you laminate them and put a magnet. Ooh. I think this is such a good idea for our new teachers. So
that's super smart. I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think my classroom is a lot of Evelyn joy. Thanks, Evelyn.
Yay! Shout out to Evelyn.
Oh yeah, I'm always shouting her stuff out. She's great. Amy Lou said, "Practice while you pee." Your math and alphabet in the bathroom. Amy Lou, I think, has. I need to meet Amy Lou. Amy Lou, you need to come on here. I bet you. Yeah,
let's do an interview.
I know. She's always saying that. Her and Candy crack me up. Have you considered other companies?
Recently, yes. I feel like there's been like a push to go kid a little bit, so I looked into it. Actually, I think Skyla, I think she was the one that mentioned like the highest pay that she'd gotten from it. So I was like, okay, if I do that, I'll use her as a mentor. Just because I felt like, it's been 2 years and I wouldn't mind I think I did like 2, wouldn't mind making a little more money. It would be nice to do like $25 an hour, rather than having to do like short notice and wondering whether they're going to show. Like, it's not like predictable, like it's a risk, like to get it. Yeah, you can say 25, but what if they don't always all fill? And for me, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's not really guaranteed. So that was my interest in that. And recently OutSchool seems really popular, and I'm still trying to decide because I think, like I looked on there the other day, I got an email. So I have started the application. I think I'm certified to teach history and Spanish. So I think there's a demand for Spanish at least. It's just, do I want to make the transition? How much time? So maybe.
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot about OutSchool lately. Yeah, I know Amy Lou has an interview coming up with, I know we talked about it. Oh, Kelly, yes.
OutSchool.
With Kelly on next Tuesday. Yay. Oh, hey,
Woo, woo.
thanks for coming. Let's see. See everyone on Tuesday. Yay. Kelly, we still have to get together if we're going to do Zoom. Let me know. Or maybe she's going through the other one. Let's see. Sydney, where is your headset from, Diana?
I think this one is from Target. I believe I looked at Walmart, but I couldn't find it, and it was pretty cheap. You know what? I'll put it in the link below on either your website or mine. Like, I'll find it because it was a good price. Like, I'm not an expensive headset person. I just want to make sure I had this. So yeah, I think it was Target, but I'll put it below because it was a good deal.
This is my first one, and this was from Best Buy. And then I got wireless, but I never finished setting it up. My husband got me a wireless one. It's a Logitech one. It's got the boom mic on it. Is that what you call it? I don't know. But I haven't finished setting it up. And I got it for Christmas.
Funny. Oh, like, when are you gonna use my present?
It's out of the package, you know. Let's see. Teacher Kelly, that's right. See everyone. In the last 2 weeks, I've heard so many people interviewing for OutSchool. Yes, it's definitely becoming
it's all over. Yeah.
Let's see. Yes, a week from tomorrow is Teacher Kelly's interview with Amy Liu. Tomorrow, Kelly goes live in the morning, and then after her live is the panel of men that I have coming on my channel. So that should be fun to listen
I need
to
give you questions for that.
That should be a lot of fun.
I need to give you questions for that. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that.
I did. That's great. I'm excited.
Sorry.
Let's see. Kelly said, yes, do Spanish. I was looking at Spanish classes yesterday on OutSchool. I signed my son up for a class. Definitely a popular topic.
Yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, and I think too, I'll get a lot of people in there with my name, even though I'm not native.
Hey, whatever works, right? So why did you choose teaching?
That's a good question. I do like teaching. Like, honestly, it just occurred to me now, kind of my moment. Well, two things. I'm the oldest child in a family of 8. So I feel like I had lots of teaching moments growing up, kind of leadership moments too. And I liked kind of being in charge. And it's funny because even in my family now, like, I'll be around with my siblings and it's different than like being married because my husband's pretty go-getter and takes the initiative. But with my family, like, I can't even sense it. Like, my siblings will wait. They'll wait for me to do something. Like, and in college, I was taking a class. I think it was a religion class. Actually, it wasn't even a teaching class. But you were supposed to teach a lesson, and one of the girls was like, "Wow, you really like teaching, don't you?" And when she said that, it was just kind of like solidified what I'd already chosen because I was choosing to do history, or history teaching, and I was like, "Yeah, I do. I really like it. Like, I love it. Like, I love it. Just." I like, being in charge. I like people having those light bulb moments. I like groups to work together. I just like it a lot. And I like that it pushes me to learn things. If I don't know something, but I'm going to be teaching it, I better learn it before I'm teaching it.
Yeah.
So I like the push. And it also pushes you to continue to learn what motivates people and to be a people person. Like, what makes people go, like, and to kind of deliver to that and get them to connect to your subject through what interests them and just, bring it all together. It's really beautiful.
That's good. I didn't know I wanted to be a teacher.
Really?
And I've been certified for 10 years now. When we got out of the military, my husband was still active duty, but I wasn't anymore. And then military. My son went to kindergarten and I volunteered in his classroom all the time. And then when my daughter went to kindergarten, they were like, hey, why don't you be an aide? So I became an aide. Well, then when my husband was getting out of the military, they said I couldn't be an aide anymore, but I could be a substitute or a teacher. So I went to school right away. I didn't know I wanted to be a teacher until that moment when they said I couldn't work with the kids anymore. And I just cried. And then I was like, okay, I'll go to school and do it. That's how I became a teacher. Didn't even know that was in the plans. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so cool though. I like how it was kind of driven, being with your children and then you're like, yeah, I love children. I want to be here. Like, that's so cool.
Kelly,
the military, that's cool. Actually.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The military, That's
Oh,
awesome.
thanks. Yeah, it worked out well for us choosing that. We were young. We
Yeah,
got married at
actually,
18.
oh, started young marriage. I think you can learn a lot though from getting married young. You learn lessons more quickly. Like, for example, I got married older. Like, I feel like I could have matured in some ways. That happened earlier.
Yeah, we were together at 16, set up on a blind date at 16 years old, got married at
Oh,
18, had our graduation, our prom, went in the military, all within like months of each other. Yeah.
you're ready to go.
hmm Let's see. Kelly, let me know if you want me to change the time. I think I mixed up Central and Eastern time, so I can tell the guys later. Right now it's set for 10 Eastern. I can change it, but just let me know soon because I'll make the link and stuff for them. I told them after this, so let me know if I should change it. She said she'll go early, and now I feel bad because I need to write out everybody's
One
time.
moment, my son is yelling.
Oh,
I'll
he
be
can come say
right
hi.
back. Okay, hold on just a second.
So how's everybody doing? I am so sorry if my internet keeps cutting out. I've never had this before. The weather is beautiful. I'm plugged in with my Ethernet cord over here. So, oh, thanks, Kelly. Well, while she's tending to her baby, I got some exciting news this morning. Well, I think it's exciting. Teacher Michael will be on here on May 22nd. So we'll have Teacher Michael here May 22nd. The panel of men will be tomorrow. After this, today at 3 Eastern, we have Collaboration Station this afternoon for pacing. So I am there for questions and learning because I am terrible. So I can't wait. Teacher Kelly is like pacing master. Let's see. No, don't change it. Put the timer up. Oh, Diana, they said put the timer up. We get an extra
yeah,
minute.
sorry, yeah. More time at the end.
Yes.
For your hour, whatever.
Right?
Sorry. I know, I actually don't even have a timer. I'll put it in the feedback. I'll give you your full hour.
That's funny. That's from Amy Lou. At least you know she's listening to us. She's great. Oh,
I know, you're awesome.
Amy Lou wants to know, what certifications do you have and what do you teach the most?
Through VIPKid, I have every single certification except for level 7 advanced and 8. I still need to get the 5 level 7 basics in order to do the level 5 advanced. I missed that because my 5th lesson was at my parents' house in the laundry room closet and I didn't have an educational background and they dinged me and I was like, oh shoot.
Oh
Anyway,
no.
so, and then I have almost all the supplementary courses except for like, I think I have 3, but it's been my goal to have all of them all the time. So I think I just basically I tell people almost all of them.
Yeah, I have 4 open. Oh, and guess what? You guys don't know this yet, but I just got 2 One Apple feedbacks.
Oh no.
My first ones, they gave 3 feedbacks that day, and all 3 of them say the same thing about how bad VIPKid is, but not me. Oh, I cried the whole weekend. Fair. Thankfully, Evelyn Joy was messaging me, making me feel better, but oh, I was a mess. And
I hope they take those off because that's not your fault.
But the tags are awful, and I heard those stay even if they invalidate. But it's all bad about VIPKid and not me, except the tags they chose. So
I'm so sorry. I would be pretty upset too.
I was. I'm such a people pleaser. It like hurt my heart. I was like, I went back and watched the classes. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, I hope they get rid of those.
I know, me too. I'll keep you guys posted. Danny told me I need to make a video of it.
Yeah, you should, and then tell what happened.
I will. Okay, let's see. Yay, he finally responded. Oh, I know, Teacher Michael. It was my fault though. I messaged like his on Messenger and he never got it. But when I messaged him on Instagram, he got it. Let's see.
That's so cool. He's so awesome.
I know. I'm super excited. There's a bunch of things in the works. I have to tell you, the VIPKid men have some ideas and are stepping up. I have some cool things coming up.
I'm excited. You're like the celebrity channel.
No, this is all from you guys. I just, you guys pretty much just say, hey, what about this? Or my husband gives me the ideas. And I'm like, okay, I'll message them. Oh, one more shout out. VIPKid has been messaging me like, hey, have you talked to this one? Have you talked to this one? So that's been cool too. Let's see. Oh, Cindy said she had a hard time pacing today. Kelly said, I went until 25 minutes and 30 seconds today. Kelly, I think she's got it down to like 25 minutes and 6 seconds or 25 something. Like she's got it down. So something to watch later on. Let's see. Sydney said she's gone to 30 minutes before a few times. Me too, Sydney. Me too. I almost always go 28.
Favorite student?
No, I just can't help it. Like, it's one thing that's hard for me is not getting mastery. Like, I have a hard time with the whole spiraling, and I want them to master it before I move on.
Yep.
I'm a work in progress.
It's hard to keep going and then come back. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hello from Utah. Hey, Heather. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, that might be my sister.
Heather Dickerson?
Yeah, it's my sister. Yay! Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. It's a good thing your sister has a sense of humor because I'm a mess.
Okay. So she has a really good sense of humor. We were roommates in college.
Your sister?
Me and my sister were part of college. It was pretty fun. And we always shared a room growing up. We would stay up so late. We were homeschooled too, so we didn't have to wake up for school, which was kind of a bad thing sometimes.
Super fun.
It was fun. It was really fun.
Kelly said, no,
she laughs at my jokes.
Minutes. What's that?
Oh, I was going to say, yeah. My sister laughs at my jokes, so she makes me feel like I might have a decent sense of humor.
That's awesome. I had, for some reason, 25 for done. Oh, sorry, Sydney. I'm having a hard time. Sydney even wrote, wow, sorry, y'all. She's having a hard time typing, and I'm having a hard time reading. So we're making a good team over here. Veronica, hi, guys. Sorry I'm late. I'll watch the playback. Hey, Veronica, thanks for joining us. Okay, let's get to another question. Oh, my goodness. Oh, here's a good one. And everyone knows how I feel about this. But was Nancy Taylor's Beyond Teaching ESL course worth it?
Yes, I actually made a video on it that I'm hoping to post this week. So I went ahead and submitted my testimonial video for her class. Apparently she liked it because she sent me a $15 Amazon gift card and was like, thank you so much. I was like, oh, cool.
That's so sweet.
So yes, actually this is my binder with all of her course stuff. I definitely think it was worth it. Now, I think the price is going to go up, I believe, by like $100. I don't know. I don't want to quote numbers, but yes, I feel like it's totally worth it. Now, I did the independent study version, and I think I got a lot out of it. Like, she gives you so many tips for YouTube. She helps you figure out how to set up a brand, how to create channel art, how to create good thumbnails. She teaches you about how to make yourself like found, searchable titles and tags. She gets, if she doesn't feel like she's an expert in something, she gets, Jennifer Anderson to talk about Instagram. I didn't know anything about Instagram before I started. And now I'm like trying to post pretty regularly. Like, and I mean, she tells you how much, she's like purchasing $1,000 courses. Like, you're getting a really good deal by having access to her too. Like, it's worth way more than $300 or $600. Like, totally worth it. Like, I don't remember all the points that I made, but like, I feel like it's been a huge success. I have stuff I will use for probably years.
She gave me permission to do a weekly video on it. I just haven't had the guts to put them out. I know, I need to.
You should do it. That would be so popular.
I asked her the first week and she told me, yes, start doing it, but I didn't know where to start. So
that's an awesome idea. Oh my gosh, you should totally do it when you get a chance.
Let's see. In the chat, Sydney said, Diana, best tips for quick, effective, efficient feedback.
That's a good question. So I wouldn't say I'm like a great person at feedback. I honestly just use like the feedback template that's already on there,
Yeah.
but I change it. Like I put their name and I add like 2 or 3 sentences at the beginning about things that they specifically did that day that were good, because I don't want it to sound like the same thing.
Yeah.
And if we don't get to not all of the objectives, but all of the parts, I take those out too. And then at the end, like I always mention the parents, like thank you to the parents. Thank you for supporting your child and learning English. Thank you for being there in class. I wish you and your family a safe and healthy week or something. I would say you can do, I've heard Nancy Taylor mention the sandwich, positive, negative, positive. That's really quick and short. I didn't see exactly what her points were, but Teaching Stephanie on Instagram has like a formula, 5-part. Look her up. It looked really good. I was like, cool, I should do something like that. So
somebody mentioned that, I think, on here before. I definitely have to look that up.
Yeah. TG or Stephanie, I don't know her last name. She's Nancy's blogger. She has her Instagram. Check out her Instagram. She does some things really well. Like it's a good example of how to do Instagram. Like,
oh, good. I need help.
So I'm like, watch everybody. And when I find something good, I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm going to try to do. So maybe the sandwich is the easiest. Thank you, Nancy Taylor.
Right. So you're on Instagram. What is your Instagram?
It is online ESL teacher Diana.
I don't think
And the reason I chose that, I think I added you or followed you. I tagged you for this thumbnail. Yeah, I found you.
Okay.
And the reason I chose that is because actually in the course, Jennifer Anderson said she switched her like something with ESL teacher online, something like that. And people can search your hashtags. And so if that's your brand, if that's what you want to use, then make your hashtag something that's like findable. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with that. And I've gotten a lot of ESL online teachers following me. So
great.
So anyway, there's so much to learn on Instagram. Holy cow.
It is. It is a lot. You'll see me more on there because I just became a brand ambassador for a company, but I just found out today, so I haven't set anything up yet. So
congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Sydney said it's for workout clothes. So, but you'll see it. Shape. Oh, Sydney said shape. I went and watched the video after the live with her the other day. Shape. Teacher Tina and the shape model. Oh, that's right. It was Tina that mentioned it the other day. Thanks, Sydney. Thanks, Stephanie. I knew I had heard the 5 letters that you were talking about. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Sorry. It's
hard to remember.
I'm so concerned with the internet that it's bad for everybody. I think that I'm like thrown off by it today. So let's see. Why are you working on your brand?
To make more money? No.
Right? It's true.
No, to get out there. Like, I think it would be really cool to have a monetized YouTube channel, but you got to start like small. And honestly, like with your brand, it helps you think like, okay, what are you passionate about? Like, what do you care about? What do you want your message to be? And honestly, with me, like, I've just tried to figure out, who do I want to market to? You can do current teachers, there's an application process. I kind of want to do a mix of those, but then too, like picking your colors, like what represents you. It all is something fun and creative. Yes, you want to make money, but do you want to like when I look at my YouTube channel, like I want to look at it and feel like super excited, like, oh my gosh, that's so me. And actually one of my other sisters, so I have a few sisters, she looked at it, she was like, yeah, that looks like you. And I was like, yes, I love it. Like someone else might not look at it and like it, but I'm like, that is me, And so why work on your brand? It's a creative outlet. You can eventually make money off it. I mean, people can tell when you're genuinely into what you're doing. Yeah. So there's a lot of different.
I think at this moment, I just realized my niche. I think I just learned my niche talking to you. If you look at my YouTube, it's about talking to people.
Good. I'm so glad.
my whole
there you go.
It's talking and people. That's my channel. Anybody want to come talk to me? Come on.
Yeah. No, I've noticed you, like I mentioned before, you're really good listener and conversational wise. Like in the interviews, I could tell like you're like really interested in the people and they like wanted to talk to you. I was like, she knows how to get people talking.
Talking is
Good
my
job.
gift. Don't ask me to remember numbers, but I can remember names and things about people. Let's see. Why would online ESL teachers want to create or build a brand? Oh, there goes my internet again.
I think online ESL teachers have a lot to contribute right now. Just how to set up a workspace from your home is something people are interested in. People are interested in how to work from home. I think a lot of education is going to go online, or educators and administration will appreciate people that have experience with it and can do it quickly and know how to set it up. So I think online ESL teachers sharing what they know about learning online is super helpful and something that people are really interested in right now, like, and want to know, like, they want to know how do we transition to this? Like, what if there's another epidemic? Hopefully there's not, but I mean, it's like a real need and interest right now. So I think there's a lot from the ESL, online ESL world that we can all learn from.
Shout out to all the brick and mortar teachers too that had like days weeks to prepare and prep. And I saw so much, flack, is that the word I'm looking for? From people saying, oh, my kid's teacher hasn't sent homework, or my kid's teacher hasn't done this. And I'm like, wait, they're still learning themselves. This is a new, and now it's like,
hard.
Oh, the teacher's still sending homework. And I'm like, as a teacher, you're darned if you do, darned if you don't,
Can't win or lose.
In kindergarten, it was the same way. Parents wanted homework. Some parents didn't. So I'm like, optional homework. Here's what I've got for you.
That's a good way to handle it.
But I would tell them at the beginning, like, you work on it, they're better off for it. You don't, I mean, that's, then they're going to be where they need to be.
Yeah.
So what suggestions do you have for new teachers?
Well, I have a video, 12 tips to get bookings. I would say market yourself. If you aren't getting the kind of bookings that you want, market yourself and really excel at teaching, like practice, even, practice during the interview, but practice, like be so good. Parents are like, oh my gosh, we're coming back. Like, we want to rebook this teacher. So yeah, but to be yourself, like, don't be like a stiff version of what you think you should be, like, be yourself. But two, you'll be able to be yourself if you're prepared, because you'll feel more comfortable anyway. And then it'll just come through, like your personality will be able to come through, but also those excellent teacher skills. So yeah, so I'd say prepare and be yourself.
Great. What about for current teachers?
Tips, I'd say have fun. Like, I was so nervous when I started. It was really hard to relax, but now I've gotten more goofy, and like, even when my son walks in, it's not a big deal anymore. It's just like, well, hold on. Like when I was doing the short notice bookings, I had a trial student, and my son walked in the middle of class, and I was like, oh shoot, this can't happen with trials. Like, they don't know me. They don't know I have a son, And I was just like, one moment, and like, she chose to sign up for VIPKid, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, you know what? I was super relaxed in that class. Like, I was making jokes, nonverbal, like jokes. I don't know. Anyway, the student was having a great time. I was enjoying it a lot. Yeah. And, enough for it. Current teachers know what to do. So just like make it fun for you, and it'll go by so much faster.
Yeah. So I have a question for everybody. I had a class last night, a Starlight trial, and I have a ton of Starlight trials. And Starlight trials can be between 20 and 25 minutes. At 22 minutes, I got that message pop up, and this is the third time it's happened, saying, thank you for a great class for this student. The class has ended. And that student and I were in the middle of having fun talking. I was just giving the 4th star. I sent in a ticket, but haven't heard back. Has that happened to anybody else? It's only happened to me during Starlights, and this is the third time.
Ooh,
Let me
maybe
know in
be
the chat.
ready to end and then have
What's that?
extension stuff from 22. Be ready to end maybe at 22 minutes and then have a lot of extension
Yeah,
from 22 to 25. Oh, that's crazy.
but the fireman ended the class. That's the weird thing, is I hadn't even finished teaching it. So yeah, it didn't make any sense. I didn't get to say goodbye. There was no warning. It just cut it off and said add feedback. I was like, oh,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. The only thing
Oh, Veronica,
when
you
I taught
too.
a
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I guess just be ready. Hey, if they'll pay you for 22 minutes, like.
Right. But that's the thing though, is if you don't say goodbye, it looks bad on you. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it looked like I was like in the middle of a sentence and it just cut off in the middle of my sentence. So that was really weird.
yeah,
No,
probably.
never
Yeah,
happened during Starlight.
put it in the feedback. Hi, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know why the class ended. Goodbye.
I know. Poor baby. And he was doing so good and he giggled and laughed. Oh, each time it's happened, I'm on the goodbye slide, but haven't quite said goodbye. Oh, I wasn't on the goodbye slide yet. Bummer. Okay.
That's
Let's
oh
see.
gosh.
So, what are some pros and cons of working from home as an online ESL teacher?
Pros, you make money, you're at home, kind of your own hours. Like you can choose you want to do the weekend or the morning. Those are pros. Some cons are it's really early. If you have children at home and they come in, like that's kind of a pro and con though, because it's like, you're there for them, but also like you figure out how to keep them occupied, So yeah, that's pros and cons. There's I'm also cons. There's kind of strict cancellation policy, like when
Yeah.
life happens that can feel really unsympathetic sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
fortunately I haven't had anything that's made me feel very upset, but and I understand why they have to do that, but I think some teachers have had some pretty close calls and were pretty frustrated with it because they didn't feel good or something, and like we're
Yeah.
genuinely sick. So
Right. Knock on wood, I haven't had to do that yet.
yeah.
But oh, Veronica said it was her Starlight Trials too. Yeah. Let's see. Um, did we talk about favorite? Do you have a favorite prop and reward?
I'm so
Your shark.
bad with rewards. Yeah, okay. The shark is my all-time favorite. Love the shark. The little boys are like really into the shark too. And then I always do stars. And then girls, I do flowers. Like, and then sometimes one thing I saw from another idea on Instagram was drawing. You give them the choice of markers. Like you have like, your 4 or 5 colors and you say, what color? They pick a color. Then you say, do you want a star, heart, flower, or smile? I've done this a few times and they pick one and then I say, do you want big or small? And then they get 5 drawing choices and then you end up with this crazy drawing, different color types. The girls really like it. They're like, oh, that's funny. Like teacher can't draw or whatever.
Yeah, that's me.
Or I think I think there's some really good drawing ideas out there too. So I'm for like super simple. I'd say drawing.
There's a Facebook group for drawing rewards.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
I tried to join it. I'm in it, but I can't draw to save my life. My kids and I, for Mother's Day, my kids, their, significant others, or one's married and one's had a boyfriend for a few years. And then my husband and I, the 6 of us got on different devices and we all played house party. So one was like the drawing game. Is that Pictionary, where you have to draw and they guess? My drawings were terrible. Nobody could guess what I did, but I was good at guessing. But house party was super fun. If you have like friends and family that you're not near and you can't get together with, house party was a lot of fun. I'm glad my son told me to get it. So it's an app.
All right, sorry. Hold on just a second. My son is crying again. 1 moment.
Poor baby.
I'll give you a timer.
We're just on her final 3 questions, guys. So just hang with us for a couple more minutes. Diana's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys are having fun in the chat. And I've shut off all the devices around me to try to make the internet better, but every time I mention it, that's when it gets worse. So, how are you guys doing? What do you do, or what do you have for your favorite props? That is my question today. And don't forget to join us if you get the chance at 3 o'clock today, Eastern time. I think Kelly's going to help me out with pacing, but I'm not sure who's going to be on the live today at 3 o'clock. I know Kelly and I. How were your classes, Casey? Well, Kelly, I had really good classes, except I had to send a ticket in because one of my little friends decided to take her clothes off in the lesson. I felt like Marianne. I said, no, thank you. No, thank you. And she put her shirt back and fixed it. But other than having to write a ticket right after, they went pretty good. So, oh.
Sorry, I've never had to leave class twice.
What's that?
I said I've never had to leave class twice.
Oh, well, I'm glad it's with us. It's because it's a later time. He's used to the mornings.
He's like, Mom, my hands are ditzy. I gave him a smoothie and then I forgot I needed to clean it up.
Cute. Well, we have the last 3 questions for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What are qualities of a good teacher?
Okay. I think fun. The teacher is not an entertainer, but I feel like I kind of got this from my mom. Just like she would try to make learning fun for us. So it was something we were motivated to do. And I do think humor is part of that. Like when something's fun and kids are relaxed, or people in general, and there's even funny things, they're making all kinds of connections. Like, and when you're laughing, you're learning a lot. And I think too, humor is good because it makes people feel more united and connected because like, oh, I got that. Like, so I think those are things fun and humor need to be, not making fun of people, but just, good humor is a good part of learning. Actually, let me check my notes really quick. I read a few more things. Like, yeah, okay, cool. This teacher's a woohoo here. Like,
oh, Veronica just made a video on her favorite props. We'll have to check that one out.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Veronica said she had a regular pick her nose and eat the boogers this morning. Isn't that daily? That doesn't happen daily for everybody?
Yeah, that's a lot.
But, I worked kindergarten for 10 years, so I can totally ignore it.
I don't know what it is about your nose at that age. It's just like fun, enthusiastic, wants you to be successful. So they're genuinely interested in you being successful as long as you're willing to try. The students that don't want to try, like, you do your best and it's got to come from inside. And then welcoming. I always appreciated teachers that made me feel like they really wanted me to be in class with them. Like they wanted me to be there. Like that meant a lot. Like I would do anything for those kind of teachers. Like I was like, sure, what do you want me to do? I'm totally gonna do it. And yeah, those are the things I think. Of course, there's many teachers have different qualities, but for me, that's the kind of teacher I want to be.
Good. Where do you see yourself in the next few years? What are your goals?
Well, I want to be making more money. Shouldn't be too difficult, right? Just I feel like it could grow a lot. Like anyway, that's why I'm looking at the branding and stuff. I hope I have a lot more videos out, a lot more YouTube videos. Even this year, I hope that I have more out. I hope, personal note, I hope my child is potty trained by then. Yes, actually, another thing. So when my son is in kindergarten, I hope he feels ready. Like I really enjoy teaching him. I hope that he's really comfortable and fits right in and has a really good experience with kindergarten. Yes, and another goal that I have is when he does go back to school, I would like to go back to school and get an advanced degree. So I'm hoping, well, I want to do law school. I'd like to do like online legal something with teaching because it's combine the two. I know I like online teaching and combine that somehow with it. So yeah, that's a lot. But you said 5 years, so.
I got all of my degrees, my bachelor's and my master's in an online school. So
That's
while I was home with
awesome.
the kids, yeah.
Yeah, that's
And it was
definitely.
fairly new back then too. So I remember the principal like, make sure it's accredited, make sure,
Yeah.
all
Oh
of these
yeah.
things. And luckily everything turned out. So
It's a thing. If it's
yeah,
in your life, like, it's so great.
yeah. But this is going back like 10, 11 years ago when it wasn't as big as it is now,
Oh, I see. So it was more like,
Yeah, actually, so if I've been teaching for 10 years in my school, I got my bachelor's in 2 years. So yeah, this is like going back 12, 13
Wow.
years.
Yeah.
Showing my age now. Whew. Okay. So the last question, what is your favorite professional development or teaching resource?
Honestly, the first thing that popped in my head was the internet.
It
I
is.
seriously look everything up on the internet, like trying to figure out Instagram teaching strat. Like I look it up on the internet, and it actually has been super helpful. I'm really grateful to be able to get knowledge like this. I mean, as long as it's from a credible source.
Right.
But right now, currently, too, I'm going through the Nancy Taylor course. Like I look at it a lot to reference things, and I'm also listening to her Teaching ESL online, the
Oh yeah.
shorter course.
You
I'm
got
just
that one too?
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm just listening to that one. And honestly, I like it because it's so applicable. Like she went over, I listened to the phonics one the other day, yesterday, and I was able to apply it the next day in class. Like sounds, I could even, she says a lot of kids add like
Right.
instead of just p. I
Yeah.
saw it right away in class and was like, we're going to practice that again. So it was a good reminder of things that I know, but just forgot or forget. So yeah, I think that's a great resource. Like, so yeah, those are the two I've been mainly looking at right now.
Yeah, and if anyone's interested, so it's great for teachers, especially if you haven't gone through, college for teaching necessarily, because it's all tips and tricks to be an efficient online teacher, right? Do you have an affiliate code to that?
I do. I'll put
Okay,
it on
and I
the
do
link
too.
in mine and you put yours on yours.
Yeah, we'll put our affiliate codes at the bottom so that you guys can have them too. It's a pretty good discount if I remember correctly. So, and it's not very expensive. Was it 50? I think it was
I
under
think it's 50,
$50, but with our
54,
code it's
maybe.
less. So,
Yeah.
to anyone that's thinking about online teaching or online ESL, it's not for VIPKid teachers, it's for all ESL teachers. So, yeah, I didn't even think about that, Diana. That is an amazing
Yeah.
resource. Good.
Yeah, it's been really good. And I mean, it's like, yep, I applied this today.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I like about Nancy's courses. They're so like actionable. I don't know if that's the word. Like
Yeah.
everything I learn, it's like you'll learn it, but there's so much to do. Like it's unlike any other course that I've taken before. I feel like most classes I took, I mean, in college, yes, but there was so much material and then like one assignment with it. But for her, it's like you got to do something for everything you learn. It's just like, oh man, I got so much to do.
And that's why I'm so far behind, because I started, on the YouTube one, and then I haven't left that one.
If you're gonna be on any of them, you should be on the YouTube one. Because honestly, as I come back, even after taking the whole course, I'm like, yeah, YouTube's where it's at. Like,
Right.
So
So
you're
I got to
doing
go
good.
watch the Instagram module next, because that's my next little adventure. But Diana, this has been so much fun. Can you shout out your channels, anything you have upcoming so that we can find you? And
Yes. So YouTube is Teacher Diana. And honestly, if you type in just VIPKid Teacher Diana, I should pop up within the first 3. I have several videos up, more upcoming. On Instagram, it's Online ESL Teacher Diana. I have a Facebook page, Diana's Desk.
oh, cute.
I know. I took a long time. I'm kind of proud of that. It took me forever to come up with that. It's like, okay, what starts with the same letter as my name and has to do with teaching?
Right.
Desk. Anyway. And then let's see what else. I think that's all. Those are the ones I'm active on. Am I missing anything? I'm not really good with Twitter. I have it, but don't check out my Twitter.
Yeah. I have that one too. I'm not so good at it. After this, if you can send me the links so that I can just copy and paste it all in there for everyone.
Yep.
Hey guys, please give us a thumbs up and like the live. Subscribe to Diana's channel. I think
Thank
that's
you.
it.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll see some of you at 3:00 Eastern.
That's right. Well, thank you so much. This has been so
Thank
fun.
This has been fun. Thank you everyone for sticking around. I know my internet wasn't the best and you're all still here, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Diana, coming on, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good.
Thanks,
Thank
Diana.
you.
Bye.
Bye.